Let's talk about the other big trial, obviously, as we've mentioned a couple of times, Alex Jones. So everybody, upon hearing he makes, what, $300 million a year?
Yeah.
Yesterday, when the $4 million thing was, you're like, wait, but that's compensatory, right? Today is punitive and is likely to be much larger. Give us your take on the Alex Jones trial.
Yeah, compensatory damages. I mean, I was never a civil litigator. That was not my world. And civil trials are often these kind of no-holds-barred affairs where you might have a judge trying to control the Alex Jones of the world, but you see he just continues to act up and he doesn't really care. He will care when he gets indicted for perjury, which I hope is coming.
Yeah.
But so compensatory damages you're trying to make a person whole for the loss. In other words, this sounds crass. How much would that child have earned over their lifetime? Because you've deprived the child and the family of that. So $4 million was awarded. Now you get to punitive damages. You punish Alex Jones for profiting off the pain of the Sandy Hook families by telling the grossest lies. That's where he's going to get banged out, I predict, for a big dollar figure.
Here's the important thing for justice coming is it all ties into January 6th. So the Sandy Hook lawyer, right, the attorney said that he intends to cooperate unless he's ordered otherwise. His advocacy of violence quite clearly played a role on the 6th, said Zoe Lofgren. We'd like to know more about it. So they're going to turn over, obviously, I assume, to the J6 committee and to the DOJ, right, the contents of his phone.
2 years of text messages. Can you imagine the treasure trove of violence, lies, deceit, and insurrection in those 2 years of text messages? Yeah.
And I don't even want to know what the intimate messages to Roger Stone are, but okay. So the judge refused to seal his phone. So this is all good news, right? And then, hang on. Oh, what was I going to ask? Oh, for a perjury. We asked about Alex Jones and perjury. Is that a separate charge? And can you tell us about that?
Yep. If you lie under oath at a civil trial, you are on the hook for perjury, and it's just a matter of the local prosecutors in that jurisdiction investigating it, indicting him, and bringing him to trial for many, many counts of perjury.
Okay, so they save up all of the counts of perjury and then charge him after this trial is done? Is that how it goes?
You know, criminal and civil are on two completely separate tracks. They don't have to wait, but they probably will wait until the dust settles on the civil trial.
Got it.
And then hopefully they'll pursue the perjury charges.
Okay.
God, Glenn, it is amazing how this one trial does tie in so many things, January 6th, but also just the constant wall of lies that Trump and Fox News and the Alex Jones of the world operate on and what it's done to our country, where we don't, like in Nixon, we don't even have, one set of facts anymore. I mean, I'm just hoping it'll crack something in that wall of, and a lot of the suits about the big lie about the election are starting to do that. Like, no, you cannot just go on TV and continue to lie about provably false things, right?
And, it feels like, the road to justice is bumpy and it's unpaved and it's full of treacherous potholes. But I think we're on it, and I think we're moving in the right direction. It's been a really good couple of weeks, and I think, especially with the Mark Meadows thing where Trump was told, don't talk to him anymore. Once that domino falls, Steph, it's on.
Yeah. I got to ask you about one more. FBI Director Chris Wray admits during a Senate hearing that the Trump White House controlled which of the sexual assault allegations against then Supreme Court nominee Brett Kavanaugh were fully investigated. Obviously, Senator Whitehouse got Wray to admit this. How is this okay? I don't. This is a lifetime appointment to a court where someone who apparently violated women's rights personally just took away rights for, all of the women in this country, and we're just going to say that's okay? There's no new investigation?
Okay. It's not. So the FBI hides behind the fact that a background investigation is different than a criminal investigation. That does not excuse the FBI getting information that should have been investigated, it seems, about the misconduct of Brett Kavanaugh, and instead they packaged it up and basically gave it right to one of Kavanaugh's associates, if not co-conspirators, the White House, the person who wanted to bury that information so they could install him on the Supreme Court to do precisely what he has now done. That there's no excuse for it. And listen, 4,500 tips are still out there. How about we investigate them now?
Yeah. And what about your thoughts on Chris Wray, real quick, on that?
I don't have a lot of confidence in his ability to to continue to lead the FBI. There have been too many missteps, putting it mildly. I hope President Biden thinks about a new director.
Yeah, me too. All right, Glenn, great stuff. See you next week.